It's week number 6, and we're more than halfway through the season, and two titans of the league going to clash against each other here. It's the Ancient Golem Conference's top two teams, CrsA Academy on the blue side, and CompLexity Gaming over on the red.
Yeah, and we're going to see where the invades or wards go in. As everybody just rushes down the mid lane, they're going to see Rhux going in towards the left side of the map there, towards their own red. One ward is dropped up by MeyeA in front of the red brush, so they will be able to spot any kind of invade/deep warding. And fabbbyyy is going back to one of his main champions in that Draven before the bleed was nerfed, and now he has the adoration stacks, so we'll see if he can snowball this champion like he needs to be.
Yeah, that's one of the things about the Draven change that people don't necessarily remember. The adoration stacks give him a decent amount of gold, especially in the early game. If you invest that into maybe a second Doran's Blade off of a first blood, or just an itemization advantage over your lane opponent, Draven gets extremely fed off of just one item advantage. So, I mean, Chuuper's going to have to be very, very careful. His Vayne is squishy in the early stages of the game, and I wouldn't be surprised to see CompLexity go for a 2v1, but with all these wards down on the map and the position they're in right now, they got to be careful for a level 1 fight.
Yeah, that Jax with the stun available, and a 5-person stun comes in, that'd be so dangerous. But now they're all grouped up, backing are the side of CrsA Academy. MegaZero spots them out. Is he gonna go for a stun here? He's gonna charge it up. He flashes in, gets a 4-man stun, forcing the flash out of Tsatsulow right now. NinJaken gonna pop the ghost and chase him down. Flash play comes in from MeyeA. Rhux is gonna go down. MeyeA picks up 1. Can they get fabbbyyy? Can they make this 2? It looks like no. Just gonna get some free auto attacks in, and that is gonna be first blood for CompLexity after a perfectly placed ward from MeyeA to spot out that early invade. Tsatsulow gonna get auto attacked here. MegaZero gonna stop his back. Oh, caught shopping is Tsatsulow, and red buff is going to be started out here. OneBadBrad not going to get much help, but an invade from CompLexity, while the side of CompLexity actually going to invade both buffs. They're going to go for blue buff for NinJaken and steal away red buff from OneBadBrad, unless he decides to smite it away. We'll see. NinJaken going to get this blue buff getting very low, but he'll be fine. And I can't see if the red buff is being stolen away just yet. It looks like they're hovering over it. Going to get piercing light to Rhux's face. There's a ward there to stop it out. OneBadBrad will be forced to smite here, but a sneaky steal from CompLexity nets NinJaken a little bit of an early lead, and we'll see if OneBadBrad does know it.
Oh, Chuuper almost steals with the piercing light. OneBadBrad super low, and you forget this is the CompLexity that when they were in the summer split of the spring split of LCS, and even through the beginning stages of the Challenger League, this is the CompLexity whose bane was the early game. They bait out the lane swap because CrsA Academy knows they want to protect Chuuper on Vayne, so they have the advantage in that bottom lane in a 1v1 matchup. They can harass right there. Flash stun, flash flame. No hooks required for MeyeA. Just a ridiculously good level 1. The positioning from CompLexity in this game was top notch. And now CrsA Academy, with their buffs gone, with a very low HP OneBadBrad having to go back to heal before continuing anything, they are starting against the wall in this one.
Yeah, and we do see OneBadBrad invading, but probably is responding, so OneBadBrad is going to be very far behind. He's going to be down 1 buff the entire time. fabbbyyy is being shoved underneath turret. We already see Chuuper doubling his CS, having a much better time. Tsatsulow will be able to sustain through this one in the lane, so we'll see how that comes into effect. The axes are prepped. There's double axes going. Is he going to be able to get anything out of this one? He's just harassing back and forth, stacking up the adoration. Misses catching 1 axe, but it doesn't matter too much, and MeyeA and Chuuper now a little bit low. Looks like they're actually going to go back to base, because MeyeA didn't spend that first blood gold.
Yeah, he's still got the first blood gold and no items in inventory, so he's going to want to go back and shop. He's got his eye on some good items to purchase, potentially some more wards, or maybe even just a ruby crystal to get tanky in. Well, he's got enough for both, so he's going to be a happy support with that one. And gotta apologize, I called probably Chuuper by mistake while he was going for that invade and almost stole the red buff away from OneBadBrad. Common misconception, because probably isn't one of the players that we see playing AD mids all too often. Zed was kind of his jam with that one. And the only really unorthodox mid lane character we saw him play for a very long time was that Rumble. So this mid lane matchup between him and Jaximus, I'm really interested to see, because he's even gone man mode with that Doran's Blade start against a brand who isn't the safest range AP carry and is very squishy early on. So I want to see how Probably can use that ranged harassment from Lucian to try to shut him down early on.
Yeah, I want to see if he can actually shut down Brand. We have OneBadBrad camping, though, in the mid lane there. He's going back. He did one more clear of his red side, got Raves, got Wolves, and just keeping the levels fairly even between NinJaken right now, but it's still going to be really hard for him being down 1 buff. Jaximus is forced to use his mana to shove out the wave. Lucian has a good amount of wave clear to respond. MegaZero charging the stun, just getting a little bit of poke back down there. Rhux is going to be able to deal with that very well. He's got the flask, he's got poison. MegaZero can sustain, he's got the Doran shield for the regeneration, and a potion still sitting on him. And I'm wondering if NinJaken is going to make his way up top or mid first, as actually the pink comes to mid. He's got Ghost, he's got buffs, but will he do it is the question.
Jaximus has Flash as well, so this might not be the best gank in the world. Jaximus, yeah, just have to burn it right there. But now CompLexity, they have a little bit of an awkward phase. We see their Hecarim, he can gank, but he needs to really get the jump on somebody, otherwise they can flash away. Uh-oh.
I think fabbbyyy might have DC'd a little bit there. There we go. There's the pause. He said, okay.
Okay. fabbbyyy just caught out a little bit there. Maybe they caught him lagging or something like that. But, I mean, this is the thing that happened. CompLexity had such a good early game, but now the advantages are here for CrsA. We talked about Draven in a duo situation being a beneficial lane opponent, or a beneficial lane in his favor against a very weak early game Chuuper. As long as he doesn't lag out like that.
Yeah, if you ever lag out like that, the teams don't normally notice and they will back off. They were like, oh look, he's overextending a little bit, but oh, never mind. Okay, so now we're going back to bot lane here. Rhux is keeping up in CS. He's actually doing a good job of actually passing MegaZero by a tiny bit, tiny margin, using that poison trail to just push right on through and ignore MegaZero a little bit, but he'll eat a hockey stick to the face, and NinJaken comes in charging. Stun comes out, Ghost is forced out of Rhux. Can he get out of here though, is the question. Ignite ticks away, and MegaZero picks up the kill.
Well, there's the lane that NinJaken needed to gank, but no flash on Singe running Ghost and Teleport instead. He's not going to be able to disengage from a Hecarim gank like that as easily as Brand was. He just flashed away in the mid lane, was able to be safe, but with Singe getting caught off guard, not having a ward down there either, Hecarim's surprise gank was an unstoppable horse right there.
Very unstoppable horse. As now, Tsatsulow does come back to lane. fabbbyyy just going to CS as much as possible. He's got the Vamp Scepter, he's got a lot of sustain, but the poke MeyeA can present is pretty dangerous, as well as the Silverbolt procs. We do see NinJaken rotating towards mid. He does get spotted out. Jaximus has a ward, and he'll just go trot his way back into the jungle.
Well, now in this duo situation, fabbbyyy has a Vampiric Scepter, so he has an itemization towards his Bloodthirster that he can get a little bit quicker than Chuuper. But Chuuper has gone back and picked up a second Doran's Blade. He has a little bit more HP on his side, and he has the Thresh shield, but the sustain and the poke coming out from Sona is keeping fabbbyyy at an advantage. So that Doran's Blade is kind of more of a defensive purchase from Chuuper.
Yeah, so we'll see if he can sustain through these actions, which it looks like he's not able to do too much right now, as the zoning is already happening. So fabbbyyy having a little bit better of a time now. He's caught up in CS. Wow, that damage from MegaZero just chunked away a ton of life from Rhux right there. He is leveling the W first, so abusing that auto attack reset that it does present. Rhux pops the ultimate though, and is just going to look to drop the adhesive, but will not chase any further. Just going to sustain back up and keep on shoving the wave.
He brought up a good point. MegaZero is doing something on Jax, which is very... Ooh, actually.
Stun comes in, NinJaken is here, and it looks like this is going to be a rough time for Singed, as he will drop the adhesive. He is trying to juke away, but I don't think it's going to happen. There's the ultimate, there's the fear, and it knocks him back towards the turret, and he is going to go down as NinJaken picks up another kill after a second round.
Yeah, Rhux has to be extremely careful in this situation. He has a ward in his inventory now, so fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So he's going to have the vision to see that one coming again, but that's the kind of snowball that you don't want Hecarim to get and you don't want Jax to get. So these two later game-centric characters are already getting off to a good start right here. Of course, Singed, we've all experienced our suicide Singed days, and maybe even in our solo queue games where he just dies and is still a large force to be reckoned with in the later stages of the game. So even though Rhux is giving some kills away, it's not going to hinder him as much as it would if you're on a more snowbally tanky character like a Renekton.
Yeah, but still, Singed really just needs to build tanky. He needs to get to that point. It could be, this is kind of reminiscent of Proxy Singed. He just dies a bunch of times and then just starts farming behind turrets and being that split-pushing menace. But Jax can deal with that. He has the damage to do it. You're seeing it already. He's got the Phage. He's going to be building towards Trinity Force first, and is already just slapping him in the face with the hockey stick and sustaining through the poison.
Yeah, so now we're going to have to see what does CompLexity do, because MegaZero is the one that they're feeding on their side, but Chuuper hasn't had the easiest time. And oh, look at MegaZero juking and jiving, going back in on Rhux. Yeah,
leaping through the fling, a very smart play. We already see an initiation in mid, actually, from NinJaken, and the calling with the first shot, picking up the kill. Death Sentence connects on to fabbbyyy. There is the final hour coming in. fabbbyyy's gonna try to stand aside for this one. Can he do the damage? He gets condemned away from the wall, throws out the ultimate. He's trying to cash in on those adoration stacks. Hitting it one, he cannot. MeyeA picks up the kill. Tsatsulow gonna trade that one out after OneBadBrad comes in for a nice counter gank. But NinJaken is roaming around top, but it looks like he won't go in. Rhux is actually gonna clear our goal. Let's go back and probably down mid. We'll look to push and pressure this turret quite hard and take it below half.
That was just a good response by OneBadBrad, being up there, right place, right time. Just maybe a second too late to save fabbbyyy in that situation, but it's a really good defensive play from MeyeA. Chuuper didn't have his condemn available at the beginning of that fight when he got hooked, or when Draven got hooked to knock him against the wall, but MeyeA throws the box down when the condemn comes up, so there's enough damage to take fabbbyyy down low enough. So they trade 1-for-1 in that situation, but Thresh making a good support play to save his AD carry.
Yeah, and still down bot. MegaZero is chunking away at Rhux. He's trying to combat it with the poison. He's stacking up the tier. He has his ghost available. He used the teleport to get back to lane, so no surprise ganks coming in from a little cheeky Singe play. But yeah, just MegaZero's in a very, very dominating form in this bot lane.
Yeah, and one of the things that he's been doing that we wanted to touch upon before is he's getting 2 hits from his passive, or his ultimate passive off on minions, then the 3rd hit and that very quick W from the auto attack reset to really chunk down Rhux. And taking a look at what Rhux is doing, he has no real armor and magic resist items. He has armor built into this matchup, 64 of it, but the empower damage, all the extra magic damage that Jax can bring to a table is really chunking through that HP that Singe has.
Oh boy, here comes the flash and the stun. They're going to knock him back towards turret. Red buff being applied. He's going to ghost out of this one. Has the ultimate available. Mega Adhesive is not enough to stop the NinJaken ultimate. And that is going to be a 3rd successful gank to take down Rhux.
Oh man, and we wanted to talk about right place, right time for OneBadBrad in the top lane. NinJaken having some good response ganks for himself. As soon as OneBadBrad was far away enough into his own jungle, NinJaken strikes in that bottom lane, and poor Rhux is 0-4 right now. He's keeping up in farm at MegaZero, but there's no way he's keeping up in the gold count with the amount of kills that they have over him.
Descent is coming in up top. They're trying to get fabbbyyy to die, as now it's going to be the 3rd hit from the Silverbolt procs. He's trying to cash in off anything he can, but it's not going to be enough as the 3rd hit comes in. Chuuper picks up the kill. That's going to be a dragon going down bot, as it looks like the red team did snack. Oh, Jaximus actually, I don't know who got it. Hecarim got it, but they killed him in response. Probably is going to get stuck in the Cataclysm. He just dashes his way out. Jaximus trying to respond, gets the stun. The piercing light comes out. OneBadBrad goes down. Jaximus is going to try to kite this one out. Can probably turn this around. Can he get away? There is the fireball that does not connect, and I think that's going to be the end of the fight. And actually, it was a 3-for-3 actually across the whole map.
3-for-3 map wide. The global objective goes to CompLexity, and fighting in tight quarters once again. That Pyroclasm just destroying CompLexity in that Dragon Pit. Really good job by CrsA Academy knowing with our ultimate up, they're going to be able to contest that one, but probably had a really good flash forward himself to secure a 2nd kill. He's going to be careful though, because Jaximus has a blue buff and a high HP bar, whereas Lucian is blinking in the red right there.
Yeah, so we will see probably go back in mid lane. We do see MeyeA rotating towards that to help out his mid laner right there. We do have Rhux in the bot lane still. He's just pressuring and pushing. Jaximus now is going to be forced to disengage. He does not want to give that blue buff away to NinJaken, or anybody for that matter. He will go farm or head towards another blue for himself. Looks like he's just going to get another blue.
Yeah, well, look at the side of CompLexity right now, Dan. Are they playing League of Legends or are they playing Whack-A-Mole? Because they got a lot of hammers on their sides. They're going for the triple Triforce. I'm pretty sure Freak would be proud about that one, but they have 3 characters that can abuse it extremely well. And with Hecarim building Triforce, that's a damage-centric jungle. That's going to be a lot of DPS that CrsA Academy, they're already having troubles dealing with.
If Trinity Force Hecarim is something to not be toyed with, you will get destroyed by the damage. The Sheen proc actually does apply from his Rampaging Charge, I think it is the E, and it will apply the extra damage from it, so we'll come to see if that comes to a huge effect here. OneBadBrad does pick up his red buff after giving blue over to Jaximus, and top lane of fabbbyyy and Tsatsulow, though, are forced to leave that lane, while OneBadBrad does run into MegaZero. He flags and drags his way out of there, as MegaZero is just controlling the red side jungle now.
Yeah, and so, I mean, this is kind of textbook CompLexity. They wind up getting into a lane phase where, well, the beginning of the game, they start off with a very strong early level 1 play, and it goes in their favor. This snowballs into the lane phase, and they've been able to get some advantages, and now it's up to them to try to push towers down. Normally, it was Chuuper playing Caitlyn or Chuuper playing Lucian to rotate. This time, it's 3 lanes of push.
Speaking of pushing, it looks like the culling, not enough to pick up a kill here. NinJaken does take out Jaximus, and pops his ghost, pops the ultimate, takes it out, gets a turret, and trying to snowball this mid lane, which he is, and snowballing himself. He's got 3-1-3 in the scoreboard, as well as probably being 2-0-2. Just a very strong, aggressive horse jungle. I wanted to call him horse jungle for some reason. Strong Hecarim jungle.
The onslaught of shadows from NinJaken have been spot on. Every single time I see him use it, he definitely knows how to utilize the fear at the end of it with that charge, and he's been able to knock the opponent back into his teammate. We saw him do it to Rhux twice on the bottom side of the map, and right there he gets Brand out from under tower. He tanks it up for himself, while probably just free to rain down with a lot of pain coming out from Lucian. First tower of the game goes down to mid lane, and now that opens up a roaming mid lane marksman from Probably to potentially siege down these other towers using that ultimate. Like we said, can clear out waves, can apply a lot of pressure to enemy champions under that tower and force them away. They've been pushing every single lane at the same time. Bottom tower is about half HP, top tower is a little bit healthier than half, but they've still gotten those advantages over CrsA Academy in the lane phase.
Yeah, the advantage is apparent down mid right now as they're trying to dive onto this one. The Pyroclasm is bouncing. He only gets 2 bounces. The burn damage isn't going to be enough to take out NinJaken. It's sticking to him. It looks like yes. And double buffs will go over to Jaximus after a very well-coordinated dive from CrsA Academy. MegaZero, though, eating quite a bit of damage there. There's a stun coming out. The Ignite gets dropped. Rhux is going to try to ghost away from this one right now. Poison is ticking. MegaZero is out of mana. If he gets one more hit from either side, it looks like that'd be it for them. But now MegaZero making the smart choice, backing off. Draven ultimate is coming. Is it going to connect? It looks like no. Skimmed.
Is it going to come back?
No. Oh, well. So no flashy little Draven plays, but Jaximus down mid, looking to try to save these double buffs, flashes away, but the auto attack from Probably is enough to take him out, and that double buff transferring to Probably though now.
Yeah, and Jaximus, you guys can't see it in chat, but he actually didn't realize he got that kill. Probably did, and he backed away as soon as the double buff transferred over, but seeing after the ultimate was down from Brand, not a lot of damage, he takes the buff back. Two-man crescendo comes in from Tsatsulow up top right now. Can fabbbyyy cash in? He needs one more auto attack. OneBadBrad gets it. There's Chuuper flashing forward right now, and he will be able to get one kill. Can he make anything else out of this one? It looks like it's a very one-sided street here. Eats the turret shot. Double kill for OneBadBrad with a nice gank once again. I mean, Chuuper wasn't going to live through that anyway, but he does it in with the tower aggro rather than just dying outright to OneBadBrad's auto attack right there. But still, it's CompLexity. Chuuper's gone 3-1-2 right now on Vayne, whereas fabbbyy's Draven, we talked about how this is a more Draven-favored matchup. Just MeyeA has been making so many plays, fabbbyyy hasn't been able to cash in on that adoration.
Yep, but now we do have MegaZero up top right now, just bopping Tsatsulow, taking him out with the passive and the Empower. There's the Empower, he has the lead strike in a few seconds. We'll be looking to tower dive this right now. Can OneBadBrad get away? It looks like no, and that is going to be an empowered auto attack from MegaZero and picking up 2 kills for himself. 2
Trinity Forces have been acquired, Dan. You know what happens when they get the 3rd one, right?
The trifecta of Trinity Forces in the game breaks and Freak jumps out of our screen saying tons of damage.
Alright, I'm glad you knew because I had no idea, that's why I asked. But 3 Trinity Forces is going to be a ridiculous amount of damage. Now with this lane swap situation, look, another onslaught of shadows from NinJaken!
A beautiful condemned to death sentence, and Rhux gets taken out by NinJaken.
Just the chain of abilities coming out from CompLexity, they look way more coordinated than CrsA Academy in this game. That's saying a lot because CrsA Academy is the one who takes the team fights normally.
And MegaZero just soloed out fabbbyy's Draven, as well as now a Dragon is going to go over to CompLexity. This is some of the most aggression I've seen out of this team in a long time.
Yeah, CompLexity are playing like men out for blood right now. I mean, they're just all over the map, taking so many advantages. MegaZero with no HP and no mana forces a flash out of support under tower.
Wow. All right, so we're going to see if CrsA Academy can do their late game thing and try to come back to this one, because the lead is snowballing very hard in the favor of CompLexity. That Trinity Force completed for Jax. And Lucian, like you said before, Phage still sitting on NinJaken. He went for the Spear of the Ancient Golem first, so asserting his tankiness and then gonna look for some extra damage.
Well, looking at the itemization from CrsA Academy, there's a lot of armor being bought up at this point in the game, but with so many Trinity Forces acquired and a Blade of the Rune King from Vayne, I mean, the armor is going to come into effect for sure for the side of CrsA Academy, but they might have wanted to start building that a little bit earlier on. We are going to have what looks like to be potentially a Frozen Heart coming out from Singe. There's a Warden's Mail with a Chain Vest picked up from the side of OneBadBrad. The tanks are going to be very hard for CompLexity to wind up killing, but if Jax jumps onto the squishy backline, and if Probably's able to land a culling to clear out, basically force the front line away, it's going to expose the squishy underbelly of Brand and Draven, who, well, at least in the case of Draven, he has not had a good game so far. There's just no farm for fabbbyyy.
Yeah, and NinJaken is looking for something. He's just strutting his way around. Does not care too much. That rampant charge just activated. He actually activated Ghost too, so they wanted to fight that fight, but they could not find the good position. OneBadBrad was there either way. Would have been 3v2. Would have been an interesting fight. Turret goes down in the... What lane was that? I don't know, but now we're going to see Rhux pop Ghostman trying to run away from Chuuper, who did blade to the Rune King. He's going to fling him the other way. Red Pot is activated. Can he catch up here? We do have a dive in the mid lane now as well. The culling comes out. It's going to clear the wave out just a little bit and probably will back out of there. There's going to be a death sentence. It's a flash and a piercing light. Auto attacks don't connect. Probably, can you catch this man? It looks like Ardent Blaze does not connect. There is a Cataclysm on top of him right now. He dashes right out, trying to sustain up through this one. There's a fireball over the side, and Jaximus picks up the kill, shuts down that Lucian, and Jaximus played that really well.
Probably gets a little bit greedy with the tower dive right there, and then the lantern expires by the time his dash comes up to get out of that Cataclysm prison. So, a little unfortunate for that, but in comes NinJaken.
Yeah, we're going to see if they can pick up the kill. The box is popped, the ignite is dropped, the ultimate is used, and he is speared backwards. He is going to flash away out of the play. Fabbyy's getting dove once again. Crescendo from Tsatsulow to keep him safe for a little bit. The ultimate comes out. Can he pick it up? Whirling Axe, and the cash-in finally comes. It makes it rain on Draven as he gets an extra 220 gold from that kill.
Not only that, but he gets a shutdown spear against MegaZero, and that's something that the starred for gold Fabby really needs at this point in time. So he's going to be able to go back. Looks like he went for an Infinity Edge build on Draven right here. He has the pickaxe inventory as well as that BF sword. We'll have to see what he wants going for at this point in the game. 1.7k. He is actually going to finish that Bloodthirster. So if he gets Bloodthirster Last Whisper, he's going to get himself at a point where he could deal a decent amount of damage, but is it going to be enough to deal with how much damage that CompLexity is putting out? Let's not forget, Hecarim didn't build straight tank. He got the Spirit Stone, the Ancient Golem, but he has a Phage to build in his own Trinity Force. Jax has a Trinity Force, and he's a force to be reckoned with no matter what, and they have double 80 carries. So if Draven ever wanted a team to deal a lot of damage against, CompLexity's lineup might not be the best at defending against an onslaught from the Glorious Executioner.
No, and we actually do see a variation of the Lucian build here. It's going to be a Maw Mortis, it looks like, as his second item with that Hex Drinker and Pickaxe. So that's going to be very interesting to see. While MegaZero down bot already, chasing onto Rhux, being the bloodthirsty Jack that he is. It's going to be a Ghost Force out here as well as the Insanity Potion. Not a Ghost, just Insanity Potion to run out of there. So he will be fine as Chuuper and MeyeA looking around, Roman, trying to find someone to kill.
Now, probably he's going for the Maul the Malmortius because he laned against a brand. So he went for the Trinity Force first, then he's deciding to get a little bit more magic resistance on top of those Mercury treads. But they also have a Singed on the team, so there's a lot of magic damage coming out from CrsA Academy. The other one they really have to worry about dealing physical DPS is Draven. Whereas on the flip side, but CompLexity, they have an almost pure AD team, so we see all the armor itemization coming in from the side of CrsA Academy, which is pretty much an expected response. So,
yeah. Now we do see Fabby gonna get a little bit of a sight on 3 members of CompLexity here, but 3 members of CrsA are there to respond. We do see MegaZero doing the split pusher thing. He's got NinJaken in the back line, so this turret could most likely go down unless Rhux can hold it by himself. We do see an Oracles and Pink Horse from Tsatsulow though to try to counter ward their blue side and keep them safe from any kind of sneaky activity. Rhux is just dancing behind the turret. We see NinJaken and MegaZero take it out. That is going to be a 2-2 on bot. Gone as Death Sentence connects on the Tsatsulow. Can we see anything else? Ardent Blaze connects, Piercing Light, but he's going to dash right on out of there and probably will not extend any further.
well, CompLexity are slowly but surely, look at all the minions on the map, look at where their champions are. They're pressuring CrsA Academy back into their base. 4 towers are down, with a second tower down in that bottom lane to MegaZero. So now, with all that bottom lane pressure right there, they're going to want to take that mid lane tower, control the complete jungle area by the red buff from CrsA Academy, as well as give all that dragon control to them. CrsA Academy, they will potentially have some vision control over by the Baron Pit area, but with a gold deficit of almost 8,000 at the 23.5-minute mark, they're not going to be setting their sights on Lord Nashor anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think Nashor is going to be a big point of fighting just yet for either team. Sorry, my mic muted itself right there. I was just talking to myself. Oh well, but now blue buff going to go over to Jaximus here unless anybody can stop it. The culling comes over the wall, and it looks like, I don't know what, but MegaZero is going behind the turret. He's trying to join his team right now and cut anybody off. But did Lucian end up getting it? It looks like, yes, the culling actually stole the blue buff.
Alright, so chalk up to the culling. It's gotten a kill and a blue buff steal so far this game. So probably he unlocked the full power of the culling, which is whenever you use the culling, you have to scream. Otherwise, it doesn't deal maximum DPS. Yeah, if you don't do that, then the culling doesn't deal enough damage. But They had 2 of the 3 Trinity Forces potentially picked up for the side of CompLexity. Like I said, by knocking down the bottom tower and pressuring towards the middle of the map, complete dragging control goes over to them. Not even a single ward down on that bottom side for CrsA Academy. So CompLexity definitely taking control of the vision in this game.
Yep, we do see the oracles and pink wards coming out galore from both supports, but MeyeA kind of winning out on this one as you see all the ward coverage that they have in the red and the blue side of CrsA Academy's jungle. We do see both players in the bot lane. Never mind, not going to go back. I thought they were. But still, full Baron control, full Dragon control for the side of CompLexity. Now, we're going to see where they want to push. There's 2 outers left, the tier 2s in the mid and top lane. I want to see where they choose to push, and if they choose to leave MegaZero alone in that bot lane to deal with Rhux.
Well, MegaZero can definitely deal with Rhux. He hasn't even been able to itemize for an Archangel Staff, let alone a Rod of Ages. He's still stuck at the kind of, I'm going to call it like the mid-tier itemization. Catalyst, his tier, which is not even fully stacked yet, and a Glacial Shroud. He hasn't been able to complete an item yet, so Singe's power level is definitely too low to deal with the Jax in a 1v1 situation, which is detrimental for CrsA Academy because they need him to start causing chaos on the map. Otherwise, CompLexity are just going to continue to pressure CrsA Academy.
That was really funny. MegaZero was just chasing him through the blood, to the poison trail. Then he flings him towards the minions. MegaZero's like, oh, I can just start farming now.
Yeah, MegaZero, at this point in the game, he can chase the Singe. He's not very afraid of that one right now. The remaining members of CompLexity, they're worried about all this tower pressure. They're making sure that Singe is non-factor, and the fact that Jax is kind of proxy farming at the same time Singe is, Jax is in good position to swing around the backside like he tried to in that blue buff area fight to just surprise the rest of CrsA Academy and force a 5v4.
Yeah, now the group is getting a little weird here. They're seeing 3 mid, 1 bot, 1 top, letting Chuuper free farm a lot up top. He's still quite a bit of CS ahead of fabbbyyy at this point, but fabbbyy's been keeping up very well. He's only down by about 18, so can catch up at some point with the wave and some time alone. But it looks like CrsA want to just face tank this turret and do this as much as possible and as fast as possible, and they will be able to get it. OneBadBrad does eat a full culling to the face. We do see the stun not connect from only Jaximus, so they will be choosing to back out. NinJaken has Ghost, has the ultimate, gonna eat a stand aside, and CrsA Academy will snag the tier 1 in the mid lane for free.
Well, that's the first tower of the game for CrsA Academy, so it's some much-needed global gold for their team, but what is it going to cost them? They've taken a lot of damage from that culling, and one of their main tanks has to go back to heal up. That's going to relent pressure to the second-tier mid-tower for themselves, and CompLexity, once again, 5 towers to 1. Lots of map pressure now at that second mid-lane tower down, and CrsA Academy, they just can't do anything in response at this point.
Well, looks like they're trying to chase down into somebody, but with that dash, that does cancel out slows. Probably could just get out of there just fine. Oracles has faded for Tsatsulow right now, so the ward control is going to go even further in favor of CompLexity. MeyeA is forced to go back. There's a ping on the top turret. Looks like CrsA are going to rotate as a 5-man squad.
Alright, so CrsA Academy, they're grouping up right now, which is something they haven't been able to do this game quite yet because Rhux hadn't been able to finish his items like we mentioned before. He just completed his Rod of Ages, and there's a Thornmail picked up for OneBadBrad. So if he's going to be eating a lot of that frontline damage from Lucian and from Vayne, he's going to be able to apply a little bit back on them. Probably does not have any lifesteal available to him besides through runes pretty much, whereas on the side of Chuuper, he has a Blade of the Rune King, so probably has to be careful with Jarvan right now.
Chuuper's going in 2v1 right now. He feels very confident. He's going to flash away. The crits are coming out from fabbbyyy, and it looks like Chuuper having a bit of a blooper, and Rain just fabbbyyy getting rained on all day here, getting his second kill of the game, and a little bit of extra gold, 200 from the stacks.
So Chuuper's ahead, but he's not that far ahead quite yet. I mean, MeyeA and NinJaken were in the back area of the river, just kind of going in, but maybe he thought he was just a little stronger than he was right there. I mean, maybe some adoration from Chuuper right there, stacking up against him in that one, and, well, they wanted giving fabbbyyy a kill, like you said. He needs those kills. He doesn't have a Last Whisper quite yet. Once he gets that one, he's going to be able to start chunking through what little armor CompLexity actually have, because CompLexity have been itemizing for that double AP right now.
They're trying to fight MegaZero right now, 2v1, but now Jaximus joining the party, but a leap strike out towards the Lantern, and a pull gets him out of there. MegaZero keeping, not MegaZero, MeyeA keeping MegaZero safe as they just back running out of that fight. And MegaZero did way more damage than they did to him.
Yeah, MegaZero is still a big force to be reckoned with. He's level 17, so the only person at a higher level than him right now is Probably, which is his teammate, so he's not too afraid of that one. But he has the 2 items that make Jax an absolute monster. Trinity Force was picked up extremely early in the game, and he more recently finished that Blade of the Rune King, so nobody can really take him in a 1v1 situation, and even in a 2v2. If they're just two tanks that are willing away
Baron?
on him, he's gonna come out from this.
Baron? Alright, so NinJaken ultis to smite the Baron. The culling comes out. It's not going to connect with much. Flash SNS does not connect as Jaximus flashes away. MeyeA gets stunned up for a little bit there, and now a Baron up. CompLexity looking strong with their 11,000 gold lead.
Yeah, 11,000 gold, a Baron buff on the side of CompLexity, and I mean, this game is in their grasp. The one thing that CrsA Academy has gotten on their, or has on their side at least, is the fact that an AoE team fight could potentially go in their favor. The big issue is, can fabbbyyy stay alive through the dive from Hecarim, as well as the jumping coming out from Jax? At this point in time, I'm not so certain that he can, but if he does get that last Whisper and can apply enough damage to take one of them out in a fight with him, that could be a turnaround from CrsA Academy. The Pyroclasm from Brand might not be dealing a ton of damage right now because they have a lot of magic resistance on the side of CompLexity, but as many bounces as possible on the squishier targets like Chuuper or like Probably would be extremely beneficial in tight quarters.
Yeah, very, very beneficial. But now we see a Hex Shrinker on MegaZero as well as the Blade of the Rune King, and that poison did literally no damage. I mean, just healed it up with just a few simple auto attacks. We see MeyeA controlling this top blue side of the jungle of CrsA Academy right now. OneBadBrad is clearing out the wave. Chuuper is just beating into the turret. He will be able to pick it up. OneBadBrad, though, gonna not get Death Sentence, walks away just in time. But Baron up CompLexity now looking to push and try to solidify an inhibitor or maybe a Nexus turret or two if they can. But CrsA Academy still trying to hold on.
Well, that's pretty much all they can do right now. They don't want to engage onto CompLexity unless they get a catch on someone like Chuuper who's caught out split pushing by himself. And I think they might have to devote too many resources to actually catching out MegaZero. So they're going to have to pick and choose their battles. If they can get a fight under tower, it still might work out for them. But with how far a CompLexity is, it's a little bit iffy still.
Yeah, but nothing's iffy about that turret going down bot. Blade of the Rune King using Ignite, use the ultimate from NinJaken coming out. Cataclysm lands on a MegaZero, he flashes his way out of there. Probably comes in, but now fabbbyyy chasing down NinJaken. Gonna get, oh, actually doesn't get the stand aside. Has red buff, but Blood Rush isn't available. He's just gonna trot his way out like a nice little show horse and gets out of there just fine while MegaZero and Probably just 2v1 the inhibitor and take it out and try to take out OneBadBrad. The culling comes out, not really hitting much. There's the Whirling Death, the standard doesn't connect, stand aside doesn't connect either, and CrsA Academy lose that inhibitor.
Prius needs to cue up the Benny Hill theme song for that chase because CrsA Academy just, they went on a wild horse chase right there and gave up the inhibitor.
That damage coming out was so huge. Probably is so strong right now.
That's the culling.
The culling. No, it's auto attacks actually, I think.
It's both.
It's everything, okay?
Maybe it's the culling, maybe it's just Probably. But at this point in time, with the itemization that CompLexity has, and with the Baron buff still ticking away on pretty much all of them, it's a very dangerous fight for CrsA Academy to get into. I mean, they had CompLexity with two members in the bottom side of the map. One of them was their tanky character in Hecarim, and the other one was MegaZero. And then rather jumping on the double ADs and support that were left in the top side of the map, they jumped down onto the tanks kind of conga line style. They didn't have a massive five. They kind of went in one or two at a time, and it didn't wind up working out for them. They gave up that inhibitor, and now being pressured into their base and losing their base, their next fight that they could potentially win might be against Nexus Towers, and at that point, it might just be a good game for CompLexity.
Alright, so we'll see if they can defend the open inhibitor. Rhux is responding to that one. He has teleport, he has everything he needs to get to the team fight. But the question is, can they win the team fight? And right now, it's looking like a no. So we'll see if they can outplay everything CompLexity has to throw at them. Baron is almost gone. It's got a couple more seconds left on it, then it'll just fade away. And we'll be on the 3-minute clock. Blue buff goes over to Probably. And now just everybody looking really strong. MegaZero building towards the Moral Mortis, unless that's going to be a Last Whisper or something like that. Or an IE, you never know. But now, fabbbbyy's still farming up. Rhux is getting responded to by NinJaken. He's just going to go back to proxying the wave and stopping the Super Minion push. Or actually, he's going to get a turret. He's going to do it. Get him singed.
Second tower of the game for CrsA Academy secured right there. But CompLexity are looking to secure their 8th and 9th tower of the game, and those are inhibitor towers, not outer bottom turrets, EGAD, so it's really going to be a dicey situation, but Chuuper here going against OneBadBrad.
Alright, and there is OneBadBrad getting chunked out there. There's the calling coming out as well. It actually picks up a kill, Probably gets it. fabbbyy's going to look to go down here. He falls to MegaZero. Now the Pyroclasm bouncing really well, but not enough damage coming out. Jaximus is forced to flash away. Death Sentence connects on the Rhux. After he teleports back in, Probably is eating a few turret shots to the face there. He's gonna actually take up most of this and take the Dark Passage back out, but the dot damage from the fire is coming out. It's not gonna kill him. MeyeA getting flung back in. Actually, the dot damage did kill him. and MeyeA falls to the turret as well as Rhux, as now NinJaken is their target. They're going to slow him out, stun him. There's the Mega Adhesive, there is a fling backwards, there is slow from Tsatsulow, and now a fireball, and that is going to be a dead horse? Oh, there we go, Jaximus picks it up.
Man, that was a really good fight for CrsA Academy. It looked like we said, they get a catch on Chuuper. Even though Probably was in the area, the Thorn Mail from Jarvan came into play, got both AD carries low, and then another good Pyroclasm gets them super, super low, so they can't continue to fight. That lets CrsA Academy pick on those bigger targets. They force MegaZero out, they get a kill eventually on NinJaken, and anybody that was left in the base to be wailed upon by Brandon, that Singe Poison ticking away, slowly but surely went down. So that's one fight that CrsA Academy wanted to take in their favor, and that's the power that they have on their side. You pick one, and then you just go through your sheer numbers, because you do have 2 tanks on their side, and a lot of AoE damage coming out from Brand.
Yeah, Brandon's going to be picking up a blue buff right now, so it'll help him clear out these waves a little bit easier. But now, Baron's coming up in a minute. CompLexity have full map pressure. They have full map control. There's not a single ward on the other side of the river here from the side of CrsA Academy. They're just trying to keep this one defensive. And with the Baron spawning, I think it might just go over to CompLexity for free.
Well, we'll have to see about this. And there's no vision on the map really for anybody. CompLexity has forward wards by CrsA Academy's base, but they don't know if CrsA Academy took the time after they lost that fight to ward up Baron. Yeah, MeyeA is going around the Baron pit area with an Oracle's Elixir, so knowing that there's no vision from CrsA Academy, this could just be their next power play. CrsA Academy are going to be a little bit slow to respond. Their inhibitor is going to respawn in a little bit, but they're going to have a wave of super minions or 2 still pushing away on that one. Rhux's teleport is available, so they have 1 shot to defend against that if they know the Baron attempt is coming.
Yeah, and we will see if they can abuse the Pyroclasm / Cataclysm, and aptly named, those names have the same ending. But now, Baron spawning, 4 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. It's gonna go down. MegaZero is soloing out this bot lane, though the inhibitor is respawning just in time for the Baron. But CompLexity just go for it, and I think CrsA Academy know that they're doing it, and they will have to give up. They'll see it pop out of MegaZero in the next few seconds. Mega Adhesive is used. Flag and Drag comes out. There is gonna be a stun as well as the Cataclysm. Rhux popping the Insanity Potion. Baron spawns, and now OneBadBrad is forced to go out here. They fling away MegaZero before Jaximus can get in, and they just clear out the way. The Mega Adhesive comes out, and actually a flash forced out from MegaZero here. While OneBadBrad does deal with these super minions, probably will just face tank the turret, and it will fall. That's going to be another inhibitor open up top. The inhibitor respawned down bot though, so we will see if they can defend that one, as the top one is just going to fall.
Well, MegaZero being a mega distraction in that case, they commit to try to pick up a kill on him because they know they're losing the Baron, but he's just so big at this point and so evasive with the jump away, with the flash still available, and then he prevents them from recalling in that situation. So inhibitor on the top side goes down for free. Inhibitor on the bottom, like you said, just respawning at the same time Baron was up. It's going to be a rotation for CompLexity. MegaZero can threaten that one himself, while this mid inhibitor tower is most likely going to be the target for the rest of CompLexity. They're already grouped up as 4 in that mid lane area, and with 2 away from CrsA Academy, they might not be able to kill MegaZero, and they might just lose that inhibitor.
Yeah, stun connects from Jaximus right there. MegaZero is just going to be ignored just a little bit. The mid inhibitor turret does fall. The mid inhibitor looks to be their next goal, as they are trying to beat into it. They get 1 auto attack in there. Chuuper comes in with some damage. MegaZero doesn't connect the death sentence. There's some wave clear coming in from Jaximus, and it's just a matter of time. They've been suffocating CrsA Academy for quite a while now. fabbbyyy doesn't really have the items just yet to try to be that monster that they need. Banshee's Veil actually was picked up too by Chuuper, so negating some of that Jaximus damage, as well as the potential to block any kind of spell with that shield. We do see them just still hanging around Baron. Is ticking away. They're sustaining back up just fine. MegaZero being that hero down bot and still pushing away, forcing Rhux's attention. Blood Rush from fabbbyyy used, but nothing to go attack on. We do see him cashing the axes, and CompLexity just gonna send NinJaken top and have him split push as well.
Yeah, all they're waiting for is for their super minions to hit the base. Once the super minions start going towards the Nexus towers, 1 member of CrsA Academy goes away. That's a free mid inhibitor for CompLexity. So they're going to force a fight against CrsA Academy either under their Nexus towers or on the exposed inhibitor.
Uh-oh. There's a box coming in. Jaximus actually flashing away from that death sentence of the play. We do see them focusing him, and there's a Pyroclasm, but it bounces to minions just a little bit. The inhibitor falls. That's 3 inhibitors gone. Double super minions going to be spawning now in these waves. MegaZero just going to dodge and beat that tanky menace. You see Rhux trying to just spray the poison everywhere, but now the Whirling Death is used, but it connects with the minion. I mean, not the minions, the heroes, and that is going to be a Nexus turret going down. And this looks like it's actually going to be a game, but a Crescendo hits 3 members. There's Tsatsulow falling. fabbbyyy getting jumped on there by MegaZero. He's trying to kite him out, and it will be fabbbyyy actually picking up the kill, but dying in the fountain. Probably is going to try to take out Rhux. He just heals up in the base, but Jaximus is laying into them. There is Chuuper going to get taken out by Jarvan, as Probably is going to try to 1v2. There is the damage coming in. Rhux, can he pick up the kill to avenge that zombie Brand, who already died, it looks like, a second time. Now Probably is sustaining through that poison. MeyeA getting chased down by OneBadBrad. NinJaken is going back in a brush. That is going to be GG, and Probably will be able to end this game, as now CompLexity taking over CrsA Academy.
Well, X probably ending the game right there. I mean, it had to be said, but he wanted to take down the Nexus, and it was just CompLexity buying time. They waited for super minions to push into the base, not only to threaten those Nexus towers, but as you pointed out in the play-by-play of that last fight, Dan, as soon as they went down onto Brand and he popped his Pyroclasm, it's really good because it bounces between targets. Sometimes it worked against you, though, because it bounces between minions as well. There was maybe 1 or 2 hits max on NinJaken, and maybe 1 on MeyeA. So Brand's ultimate was utilized for the minimal amount of damage in that fight, and without that big AoE combination coming out from CrsA Academy, the fight just fell apart for them. They put up a staunch defense under the Nexus towers, but like I said, with CompLexity so far ahead, not even a fight under the Nexus towers could be won by CrsA Academy.
Yeah, and now with that, we will be getting underway for the last game of tonight. It's going to be CrsA taking on